3 and 1 are 1. In the year 1861, Bar Lassiter, a young man of 22, lived a quiet life with his family on a small farm near Carthage, Tennessee. They were not wealthy, nor were they considered the best people in their community, but they were honest and well-educated, leading a respectable life that revolved around duty and hard work. The elder Lassiter, his father, was a man of stern demeanor, a true embodiment of unwavering duty, concealing a hidden warmth and affection beneath his rigid exterior. His strong character had permeated the family, creating a household steeped in duty, a place where even love was overshadowed by the uncompromising demands of obligation. The outbreak of the Civil War brought division to the Lassiter family, as it did to countless others across the nation. While Bar remained loyal to the Union, his family fiercely opposed it, a conflict that created an unbearable rift within the household. When Bar left home to join the Union Army, he was met with stony silence, no handshakes, no farewells, only the cold emptiness of his family's disapproval. Bar fought valiantly, transforming from a raw recruit into a seasoned soldier, earning respect and recognition for his bravery. Though his own account of his wartime experiences never boasted of these achievements, he was, after all, a humble man, facing a fate that would ultimately claim him. 2 years after enlisting, his regiment found itself near his hometown. The land, ravaged by the war, bore the scars of battles fought, including a particularly brutal engagement near the Lassiter homestead, a fact that was unknown to Bar. Driven by a longing for family and a yearning for reconciliation, he requested a leave of absence, hoping that time and distance had softened the hardened hearts of his loved ones. As the full moon bathed the land in its ethereal light, he walked the familiar gravel path towards the house where he was born. 2 years in the crucible of war had aged him beyond his years. He felt like an old man returning to a place he barely recognized. His heart pounded with emotion as he beheld the familiar sights, the memory of his childhood tugging at his soul. A pang of longing pierced his chest, and he quickened his pace, as if desperate to outrun the pain that threatened to consume him. The house stood dark, its door open. As he approached, his father stepped out, standing silently in the moonlight. "Father!" Bar cried out, his voice filled with a mixture of hope and trepidation. "Father!" His father's gaze was unwavering, his expression stern and unyielding. Without a word, he turned and walked back into the house. Devastated, humiliated, and deeply hurt, Bar sank onto a nearby bench, unable to contain his emotions. He refused to accept this rejection as a final defeat, however. He rose and entered the house, heading towards the living room. The room was dimly lit by an uncurtained east window. His mother sat on a stool by the fireplace, staring into the cold ashes. He tried to speak to her, his voice soft, hesitant, filled with a desire for understanding. But his mother remained unresponsive, motionless, as if she were unaware of his presence. He moved closer, his hand reaching out to touch her arm, when his sister entered from the next room. She looked at him, her eyes filled with a chilling indifference, and walked past him without a word, leaving the room through a door behind him. He turned to watch her go, but his gaze returned to his mother, only to find that she too had vanished. Bar strode to the door, his heart heavy with disappointment and confusion. The moonlight cast a shimmering, almost liquid light on the lawn, and the trees swayed in a phantom breeze. He knew the tears on his cheeks were playing tricks on his eyes, creating these ghostly illusions. He left the house, unable to bear the silence and the unbearable emptiness he felt. The next day, Driven by a desperate hope for an explanation, he returned to the familiar place. As he neared his home, he encountered Bushrod Albro, a childhood friend who greeted him warmly. "I'm going to visit my family," Barr said. Albro looked at him with an odd expression, but said nothing. "I know," Barr continued, "that things have been difficult, but maybe—" "Things have changed, Barr," Albro interrupted. "Everything changes. I'll come with you if you want. We can talk on the way." But there was no talking on that journey. Instead of the familiar house, they found only charred stone foundations and a field of ashes. Barr was stunned. "I couldn't find a way to tell you," Albro said softly. "In the battle a year ago, your house was destroyed by a Union shell." Barr felt a cold dread settle in his heart. "And my family? Where are they?" he asked, his voice trembling. "In heaven, I hope," Albro replied. "They were all killed by the shell." A single shell, a moment of chaos, had extinguished the life and love that had once filled the Lassiter house. Barr's homecoming was not a reunion, but a haunting confirmation of his family's absence. Their love and their anger forever silenced. He was a soldier who had returned home only to find that home no longer existed. The war had taken his family, his future, and perhaps a part of him. The end. If you liked the story, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Was there anything that surprised you? Who's your favorite character in the story? I can't wait to hear your thoughts.